Now let's talk about books. Probably each and every one of you has some story to write, and maybe some of you will find the courage to become a writer. But writing is actually not an easy task. It takes a lot of time, a lot of thinking, a lot of resources to produce the book, especially if it is something which is non-fictional and is supposed to be useful for other people. It takes a lot of time, but you can actually make it much faster with our MVPs. So they're mainly used in the 20th century, especially MVP for books, was actually writing in newspapers, and you would have actually two different groups. One would be the non-fictional writers who would write articles about business, policy, etc. And then once they would produce sufficient amount of those articles, they would change it into a book, which would be edited and maybe upgraded and then put to production. The other type would be the fictional writers who would just write stories to entertain people. And there's actually in Poland a very good example of Henryk Sienkiewicz, who actually was writing in newspapers. He got Nobel Prize in Literature. The good thing about this MVP is that you can test really fast whether it makes sense or not, whether your style is good, whether you actually have your own audience. You test the demand and you create your own brand. You have your followers who can follow you nowadays almost everywhere on Twitter, Facebook, and you get them hooked on you, hooked on what you write. And this is straightforward to selling afterwards. The more modern and in many sense giving bigger, wider range of things you can do is blogging. And this was actually very well utilized by Ash in writing the Running Lean. It enables you not only to write in pieces, in chapters, and then get the people to read it and then react it to give you feedback, but it also enables you afterwards to do a lot of sales on other things which are not strictly a book. So Ash is actually very successful in selling the workshops, selling the online courses, selling everything which is connected with the lean concept. And this is what getting the people, getting the details enables you to do. And for obvious reasons, you really have the early adopters who will give you really nice detail, which is actually not possible in getting the feedback. It's not possible in the case of writing in a newspaper because you don't have a direct contact with them. You have a direct contact, so you can actually do whatever you want. And again, comparison, so it's much faster to write in newspapers and on a blog. So utilize this MVP. You can sometimes, do as Ash, start with blogging and then go to a book. When we look at the features, again, this probably strikes you that actually the MVP in many cases enables you to test more than the end product. So blog enables you also to get direct access to the customers, having the email list, and really iterate on the stuff you're writing. And for sure you can do much more in terms of cross-selling, upselling, and selling up complementary books. And the same goes for pricing, because once it is already printed or into ebook, then the pricing is not that easy to test. But with the blog, you can test it with coupons and send it to different groups. Still, book in terms of brand awareness is much stronger. It really, uplifts you. So some people start with blog and at the same time maybe newspaper, and this enables them to produce afterwards a book.